What's up, everyone? Welcome to the True Blue Podcast. I am your host, Zachary Sucardi. You can find me on Instagram at True Blue Podcast. It is May 18th, and I'm happy to be here. I am happy to be here. If I'm here, I'm doing good. I'm not here, probably still doing good, but when I'm here, I'm doing good. So, I'm going to get into the self-care tip. We're going to talk about gentle reminders of energy givers. And then I'm going to share a song later from Rod Stewart. So last Sunday was Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there. I'm grateful and blessed that my mom is still alive. And we had a great conversation. My mom's in New Jersey. I'm in New Mexico. She's old school. She doesn't text. She definitely doesn't FaceTime. But we talk. We talk on the phone. And it's great. We had a great conversation. And unbeknownst to my mom, I record our conversations. If she knew I was recording, she's old school, she wouldn't be into it. She would not be into it. But I record them to preserve my mom. Because, she's older. People don't live forever. And why not? I have the fucking technology. And I get so much out of our conversations. We don't just talk about like what's up and then that's it. We go deep. I mean, I go deep and like my mom will answer my questions and it's pretty awesome. My mom is very reserved, but I've opened her up. And it's cool because my brother and sister, they're really not like me. They don't have that kind of third eye vibe going on. So I get to talking to my mom and I love like jogging her memory. And I can tell when my mom is thinking about like stuff like intently. Cause the way she says, she's like, and I know she's thinking, I know she's like going back in time. I know that, her nostalgia, her memory, it's being activated and it's priceless. It's priceless. And I just, I get so much from it. A couple weeks ago, my mom and we were talking, and the New Jersey Devils hockey team, they were playing a playoff game. And my mom was watching on her TV, and I was watching on mine. And since I'm out here, it was somewhat delayed. So my mom would be like, oh, they scored. And normally I'd be like, what the fuck? Don't tell me. But it's my mom, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. And at the end of our conversation, I was like, hey, thanks for ruining the game for me. And she fucking cracked up. And it's great when you get to make people laugh, especially your mom and, people who you fucking love. Like, you just can't beat it. So that was amazing. So I would encourage you all out there to preserve the ones you love. Now, I downloaded this app. It's like it's like called like Record Call or some shit. It's really basic. And I record all of our conversations. And I record some of my friend conversations too. And I get a lot out of it. But I would encourage you to seek these things out, especially when it comes to your parents. Ask them questions. Be curious. They're like, it's like history, right? But your own fucking family, from your own family perspective. So, yeah, it's just excellent. So I would encourage you to preserve the ones you love. So I was rocking my Sublime shirt the other day. And I had like 3 or 4 people in that same fucking day say nice shirt. And no greater feeling than wearing a shirt, especially band or whatever, something that you're passionate about, and someone shouts it out. And I had all age groups. I had some kid. I couldn't believe he like was like hip to it. He's like, that's an awesome shirt. Like I walked into this place called Firehouse Subs. They're like kind of like, if you know Quiznos, they're like a newer Quiznos where they just, they heat all the sandwiches. And this kid's like, that's a great shirt. I was like, oh, shit. And then the guy behind the counter was like, I like that shirt. I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? And so what's great about wearing band shirts or sports teams or anything you're like passionate about or like into is you can connect with other people. Because I know when I see band shirts, mostly band shirts, sometimes sports, mostly band shirts, I'm like, that's what's up. This homie at work, he had a Deftones shirt. I don't know him, but I saw him like, all right, what's up? Like that shirt. I saw him today. And he's like, what's up? So, you know what I mean? It's cool to be able to have that connection. That's what's so beautiful about music and art and expression. You have that connection. And it's just amazing. So I was at work the other day, and I heard this Deftones cover of the Smiths song, Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want. It's my favorite song, and way the fuck back in the day when Napster was out and like doing its thing, I downloaded that song. I didn't know the Smiths, but I liked Deftones. And Deftones covered the song, and I thought, what an interesting title. Please, please, please let me get what I want. And the song's like 1:50, which most punk rock songs are like in that same range. And this is not a punk rock song. It's like a Brit pop, post something or other, indie, whatever. And it was just like all those attributes with Deftones, with the time limit, with the title, drew me into it. And it's my favorite song. My favorite song. So I'm listening to the song at work, and I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing. I didn't play this song, but it's being played. And it's not a terribly popular song. I mean, even if you're, like, as far as Deftones songs especially, I mean, it's a cover, number one. And even a Smith song, like, it's not even that popular of a Smith song, in my opinion. But here I am at work hearing it. And it just, like, set the tone for my day. So anytime I hear music that means something to me that I'm not playing, I'm physically not pressing play and, you know, making it happen, it's like, it's divine to me. Something is happening. And I don't know, I feel like I'm in a movie sometimes. I take a minute and I'm like, fuck, wow, this is awesome. It just hits fucking home. And I love that. And I want to shout that out. So anytime you're somewhere where you hear a song and you're not the one pressing play, it means something. So have that connection. Have that connection. All right, let's get into the self-care tip of the week. All right, so I got this tip on Instagram from Helen Marie. She spells her name or the Instagram as H.E.L.E.N.M.I.E. So if you want to find her, Helen Marie. A lot of good shit on Instagram. A lot of good shit on social media. A lot of bullshit, but a lot of good shit like this. So I'm going to share with you gentle reminders of energy givers. And while I do this, I look at my dog, who's fucking walking along the edge of my bed, and I have a pretty tall-ass bed. And she drives me nuts because she's always just walking around it. And, you know, she's living on the edge. And she's going to fall and whatever, but we'll be all right. Okay, so gentle reminder of energy givers. Number one, sunlight. Now, I'm half fucking Irish. I'm a pale motherfucker, okay? The sun is not my friend, but I love it. It feels so fucking good on my skin. I fucking love it. My shirt's off the second I'm at the beach. No probo. I put on the SPF 5000, and I'm all right. Because that fucking sun feels so good on my fucking skin. It feels so good. That vitamin D feels so good. And it literally, I mean, come on, it's the fucking sun. Solar panels, you know what I'm saying? It's like the heart. That's the fucking sun. That's kind of an obvious one, but I like how it's first on the list. Number two, movement. Get moving. Seriously, best antidepressant, movement. Go for a fucking walk. Go exercise. Go run a 5K. Do an Ironman. Whatever level. Just do something. Get moving. Get moving. Do some stretches. You don't got to go hardcore. Take it slow. Do fucking 5 minutes a day, but do it every damn day. Movement gives you energy. You're fucking tired when you wake up? You know what the cure of that is? Get moving. Get moving. Number 3 on this list, laughter. Love this. I just told you about making my mom laugh about that fucking thing about the hockey game. I literally went back and listened to that probably 5 or 10 times as I was making dinner that night. To hear someone's laughter, it's ecstasy. Pure ecstasy. And when you laugh with someone, it's like there are so many unspoken things: music, sex, and laughter. You don't have to speak the same language, and you can connect on those three. Laughter. I love this. Next on this list of energy givers, gratitude. Make a gratitude list. 3 things a day. Pretty fucking simple. You can write it down. You can get an app. You can just put it in your notes. You can say it out loud. But gratitude, it rewires your brain. Literally, it rewires your brain to be grateful. Because there's a lot of bullshit that comes in throughout our days, right? Depression, anxiety, heartache, heartbreak, all this bullshit, right? But to realize this too shall pass and to have some gratitude could be the smallest shit. Could be the smallest shit. Today, I was driving to work. I was at a stop. This other car comes up at the stop. And it was like, okay, who's going to go first? I went first, went through, waved, person waved back. Bam. Loved it. Small, but still, it's just being grateful. Having that connection, being grateful. Next on this list, meditation. So I've been meditating the past couple weeks. I'm new to it, but I've been going in my backyard. In fact, after this, I'm going to go meditate. And it's beautiful because it's so peaceful it's so peaceful at night, the moon, and it's just so quiet in my neighborhood, and I'm grateful for that. Let me tell you what, I'm fucking grateful for that. And I just sit there, I meditate, I connect, I listen. You know, they say prayer is like speaking to God, speaking to the universe. Meditation is listening for an intuitive thought or, whatever. So it's a gentle reminder of energy givers to meditate. Next on this list is nature. I come from New Jersey in the suburbs, right outside New York City. New York City's great. So much excitement there. But you go to Central Park and you get away from the city. Or you go to the Ramapo Mountains and you get away from the city. And it's so fucking beautiful and so peaceful. To not see any buildings, cars, and just see forestry, just see foliage, see some rivers and shit. Really, it does something. It on the realies is an energy giver. Nature. Go outside. Connect with it. Next on this list, self-care. Bam, that's what this whole podcast is about. That's what everything is about that I'm doing. Self-care. Love yourself. Like they say on the airplane, you got to put your mask on before you can put it on even your kid. And what that means is you gotta be available. You got to take care of number one to be available for everyone else. Self-care. It's an energy giver. Be good to yourself. You don't have to do a podcast. You can fucking write a journal. You can treat yourself to a song. There's a billion things you can do on self-care. Keep on listening to this podcast, though, because I'll be talking about them for days. Next, hydration. You've been hearing me drink water. Hydration. You got to stay hydrated. I carry a gallon jug with me just because I drink a lot, and it's a great reminder. And who wants to have to be, refilling your water and shit, and then you run out? Fuck that. But that's just me. Just get one of these 16-ounce motherfuckers. Or spend some money to get one of those canisters and shit. Hydration. Really, staying hydrated. It's underrated. Next on this list of gentle reminders of energy givers, journaling. Writing shit down is so powerful. You know what you want at the grocery store, but then when you get there, you fucking forget. But when you jot it down, you know that you're not going to forget the crunchy peanut butter. And you're not going to confuse it with the creamy peanut butter because that's some bullshit. You want crunchy. You want those fucking peanuts in there. Journaling, the power of just putting something to paper. Really is. It's not just some hippie shit. It really is. It really is an energy giver and just such a great tool. Next on this list is nourishing foods. Nourishing foods. Fruit. Let's just start there. Fruit. Colorful foods, me personally, bananas, apples. Those are my fruits. And then you get the apples with the crunchy peanut butter. It's amazing. But your fucking body feels much better when you feed it good food. When you feed it not so good food, it's, that can feel good too. But when you sort of feed it healthy foods, nourishing foods. I guess I should say nourishing. It doesn't necessarily mean healthy. Nourishing, something that really fills you up. It straight up does give you energy. And for me, I have a certain routine with what I have for breakfast. I eat a lot of eggs and fruits. I have a probiotic. I have a protein bar, and that gets me going. I feel good. I feel ready. Next on this list of energy givers, creativity. So for me, doing this podcast, I can flex my creative muscle. I do the poetry thing. I love music. I've been handing out this little zine that I made a couple years ago to some folks and shit. Just to express yourself, to have your own sort of stamp on things, really does feel good. Like I feel like I'm contributing to society. I'm contributing to an artistic expression just by being creative. All right, 3 more. The next one is boundaries. So this one I wasn't aware of a couple months ago. I had no idea what the fuck boundaries were. And then I had an ex-girlfriend who crossed those boundaries like crazy. And I fucking let her. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just unhealthy. Unhealthy. But boundaries, creating them, speaking up, having some like self-acceptance and integrity may seem kind of difficult sometimes, but you're not trying to be mean to the person. You're trying to respect and love yourself by creating boundaries. It is an energy giver to say, hey, this isn't cool. We got to change this. All right, next on this list, sleep. Hell yeah. Love me some sleep. Love me some sleep. Thank God. I used to have a problem sleeping a couple months ago. And I don't anymore, thank God. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and racing thoughts and shit. And it's kind of funny. I stopped smoking marijuana. And like, normally I'd be thinking, oh, I can't sleep. I'll smoke a little weed. But nope. So sleep is so important. I mean, I'm not telling you anything groundbreaking here, but it straight up is an energy giver. It really is. And as I watch my dog fucking walk around the edge of the bed. All right, last but not least, this is a great one. Connection. Connection. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm connecting with you. And I fucking feed off connection. And I mean, you get it from laughter, from music, making eye contact. Just connection. It's what makes me feel human, connecting with people. Being vulnerable, sharing something. Like I talked about the Sublime shirt, having a connection. It's so important. And yeah, it gives you energy. Gosh, totally just, it makes me feel like, this may sound weird, but I'm like a soul. I'm not a body, I'm connecting on a deeper level. So that's it. Those are the gentle reminders of energy givers. Sunlight, movement, laughter, gratitude, meditation, nature, self-care, hydration, journaling, nourishing foods, creativity, boundaries, sleep, and connection. Again, I found this on Instagram from Helen Marie. All right, let's get into the True Blue playlist. All right, so I chose a song from Rod Stewart called Forever Young. Now, I don't listen to Rod Stewart. My mom does, though, so this is dedicated to her. And it's a good song. It came out in 1988 on his album called Out of Order. It's got a pretty nice pulse to it. Like the kick drum in the song really just sets the tone. Kind of got that heartbeat vibe. Great vocals, great lyrics. Very simple, too. Very simple, which I like. And again, it reminds me of my mom. My mom was, or I should say is, music isn't really like, I didn't get a lot of my music influence from my mom, but she did have a couple things. And Rod Stewart, Like when she did listen to CDs, I'd always see a Rod Stewart CD in her car. So kind of a brief song description here, but it's a good song. You've heard it. Forever Young by Rod Stewart on Out of Order. Came out in 1988. Be on the True Blue playlist, which is on Spotify. You can find it on my Instagram. If you go to the profile, you'll see my link tree. Click on that motherfucker, and you'll see the True Blue playlist. So I will add this to it. All right, that is it. That is session 80. Thanks for rolling with me. Hope everyone has a good week. Peace, everybody.